stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. We're going to do some more frugal crafting today using what you have so that it doesn't break the bank, but you can still be creative. This is simple. If you don't have an ink pad, that's okay. I have something you can substitute in its place, but I wanted to show an additional step that you can do that, again, is probably something you have on hand. Okay, so I've got crayons here. Just generic crayons, nothing fancy, nothing special. And I'm going to start with gray. I'm just breaking up the background. Nothing fancy, just lines. And I think I might add some green, just so that there's a little bit of color back there. So that's all that is. It's just scribbles, breaking things up. It's an easy way to get started because sometimes you'll look at the blank page and it feels like too much. So here we are. I'll hold it up so you can see. It's just scribbles. Now I've got a cup wrap from a cafe, and I've just cut a strip off it. And all I'm going to do is just give it a good coat of glue. And just put it right down here. And this is nice because this one has that little texture to it, those little cubes. So it just adds an additional bit of depth to the piece. Now I have this little tiny notebook. And what I'm going to do, let me set that aside, is bring out my ink pad. And then this, and let's see, all this is the bottom piece of a fruit container. It has a little pattern to it. And when I was getting ready to throw it into recycling, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could make something with it. Just getting a little bit of ink onto it. And it just gives me a cool pattern. So I'm just going to go through and just add them around this little scrap. Again, nothing fancy. This would have all been headed off to the landfill. It's getting a second life here. Set that aside. And there's the way the pattern comes out. I mean, it's unique. Everybody's is going to look different depending on which kind of berry container they use. So if you don't have that, grab a security envelope. That will also work. Either or. So there we go. I'm going to put that one there, but you know what? I want to add a few more lines. I want to extend these out a little bit, just so that on that edge there's some more interest. So there we go. Let's glue this down. Super quick, super easy. And I'm keeping it, I mean, I could do it with the little raggedy edge up too. Maybe I'll do that just to give that top part just a nice little pattern there where the serrations were. Okay, piece of cardboard. We've all got boxes lying around. So make use of it. Just strip that cardboard apart and then tear it into small pieces. And I'm going to glue this on. This is what it will look like if you are using a security envelope. This is what it looks like here. So I'm going to scooch that over a little bit, press it down. That gives me a great deal of visual interest. I'm probably going to have to clip this little bottom part down so that it will stay in place for right now. Let's flip that under. Next thing I've got is just a scrap of a book page. And all I'm going to do with this is just bring in my, do I have a black crayon in here? I'm going to use a black crayon. And I'm just drawing lines across it. And I'm going to get that very edge too. Just adding some more visual interest. This is super quick, people. You can do it based on what you're throwing out every day. Going to stick that right on there on top of those ridges. And then I just have a cool stamp. Any stamp will do that catches your eye. Put the lid on my glue before I forget. Okay, there we are. Let me take this off. That should be held in place enough. There's your piece of art. Everything is a leftover item. You can do this. You can make art using just what's lying around your house. I mean, this is just something fun. There's nothing crazy or difficult about it. I can come back in with crayons and add more details if I want. Do little stitch marks along the edge. Just do some up here too. Why not? There you go, people. Make something today. Get creative, have fun, relax a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.